Today's installation is with the rugged radios STX Intercom and rugged G1 GMRS radio. Step 1. Remove center console. We begin installation by some disassembly of the center panel by removing 2 Phillips screws at the bottom, push pins in the middle and 2 push pins on top. Now you'll disconnect the low power switch and 4-wheel drive indicator to remove the panel completely from the vehicle. Step 2. Run the coax cable. Next, we'll run the coax cable for your antenna through the vehicle as shown. You can run the cable on either side of the vehicle, but for this installation, we'll run the cable inside and up the driver's side A-pillar. If you have an aftermarket roll cage without a hole in the bottom, simply run the cable alongside the A-pillar, which can then be secured in place with R-wraps. In either case, be sure to run enough length to reach the rear of the vehicle where we will mount the antenna. With the cable ran, use soft tie R-wraps to secure the cable to the roll cage. Step 3. Install the antenna. Here, on the roof at the back of the vehicle, we drilled a 3/8-inch hole in the roof. Now prepare your NMO hardware as shown with the plastic washer and rubber O-ring in place as you position it on top of the roof. Slip the bulkhead through the hole and tighten the NMO mount as shown, but do not over-tighten. Secure it by hand and then a gentle twist of the wrench as shown. Here's a pro tip. By holding the wrench in your hand vertically as shown here, it will minimize over-tightening of the NMO nut while still properly tightening the nut. Once the coax cable is routed and the NMO bulkhead is installed as we did in the previous step, you can secure the coax cable to the bulkhead as shown here. Next, install the antenna, ensuring the rubber O-ring is in place. Simply hand tighten to secure the antenna. Remember, do not over-tighten. Step 4. Install the accessory hub. The accessory hub comes packaged with your mobile radio and provides easy access to the radio for programming and optional external speaker. Drill a 1/2-inch hole inside the cubby box so we can pass the accessory hub cable through. Once complete, we then secure the accessory hub itself to the side of the cubby as shown. Step 5. Install the passenger headset cable. Now we'll begin running the passenger side headset and PTT cables. Start from the right side next to the glove box and feed behind the dash as shown. The headset cable will run down along the door to the floorboard by the hinge. The cable will then run under the floorboard back towards the passenger seat, up the back, and through the seat back as shown. When installation is fully completed, secure the cable to your safety harness for easy access, keeping about an 18-inch length hanging off the left side shoulder harness. Using soft tie R-wraps, secure the cable to the shoulder harness. Step 6. Install the intercom mounting plate. Before we dive in on the snap mount installation, it might help to give you a visual outside of the vehicle how the intercom mount works. We will use the 2 bolts that came with your intercom and slide them into the channel alongside the intercom. The edge of the mount slips into the channel alongside the intercom, holding it in place as seen here while the screws on the opposite side secures the intercom into the mount. Tighten the bolts on the intercom with a 10mm wrench. The snap mount allows us to mount the intercom body virtually anywhere and in any position. Install the intercom mounting plate on top of the glove box as shown here. When installation is complete, your intercom will be secured to this mounting plate by the 2 nuts on the intercom. Step 7. Run the power cable. The battery in the KRX is located under the driver's seat, so we'll need to run the power cable from the battery, along the floorboard, up the side panel, and behind the dash to the center console. Step 8. Prepare cable connections. Drill a 1-inch hole in the top tray in the center console as shown. This will allow cables to pass through easily. For this installation, we're using the optional master power switch which turns communication devices on and off from a single convenient power switch. There are 2 options for this portion of the installation. You can feed the cables directly through the hole and back to the center console, which is likely the easier of both options. Or, you can disconnect the switch and feed the cable from the center console to the switch hole itself. Next, in order for the power switch to be illuminated, connect the blue wire from the master power switch to the positive terminal on the bus bar shown here. Step 9. Install push-to-talk buttons. When installing the driver side push-to-talk button, it's good practice to add a strain relief loop as shown to relieve tension on the cable. More detailed instructions are included with your push-to-talk button. At about the 3/4 length of the entire coil cord, make one loop around the steering wheel adjuster as shown to provide slack and alleviate tension on the cable when turning the steering wheel. Run the remaining cable behind the steering wheel column and to the center console area. Now, let's attach the passenger side push-to-talk to the grab bar, remembering to keep a strain relief loop as shown. Again, more detailed instructions are included with your push-to-talk button on how to create the strain relief loop. Secure the cable using an R-wrap to clean up the installation and secure the cable. Step 10. Install the active filter. Now connect the power lead from the battery to the master control switch. Then, connect the power lead to the active filter. Use the alcohol pad that came with your active filter to clean the mounting area on the glove box. Using the 3M adhesive mount, secure the active filter as shown to the side of the glove box. Be sure to position your mounting location so you have enough lead cable to reach your mount. With the active filter in place, secure the mounting with the supplied screws as shown. Now install the black ground strap from the active filter to the negative terminal on the bus bar. Step 11. Cable connections. Connect all color-coded cables to the appropriate ports on the back of the intercom. Next, connect the radio and radio jumper as shown. The radio jumper is a short extension cable needed to bridge the distance between the intercom and radio location. With the radio installed in the KRX top mount, secure the radio jumper to the back of the radio as shown, tightening it securely and manually to seal the connection. The remaining ports on the back of the radio are A for the accessory hub and coax antenna. Now, feed the cable from the rocker switch through the switch hole and connect to the intercom. Step 12. Mount the intercom. Slide the intercom into the mounting plate and tighten the two screws to secure the intercom in place. Shown here from another installation for a better visual reference, the intercom slides into the mount on one side and is secured by the two screws on the other side of the intercom. Step 13. Reinstall center console. With the power cable, radio jumper, accessory hub, and coax antenna cable ready, we can reinstall the center console. And, during this final installation, remember to reconnect the low power switch and four-wheel drive indicator. Now, feed all four cables through the hole in the top mount. Replace the center console back into position as we prepare to secure it in place. Then add the two push pins back into the top, 4 push pins in the center cubby, and 2 Phillips screws in the bottom. Be sure the radio is installed with it protruding out of the mount slightly as shown here. This provides cable clearance at the back of the mount as we finalize installation. The rocker switch hole can be used for the intercom or additional accessories such as lights. It can also be plugged and saved for later use. The accessory hub is a push fitting, so no threading is required. Simply insert until it locks in place. Again, you should have 4 cables connecting to the radio, the power cable, intercom jumper, coax cable, and programming cable. With cable connections complete, begin positioning the top mount on the vehicle as shown. Work any excess cable back through the hole to reduce cable bunching under the mount, which will also interfere with final mounting of the top mount. Now, secure the mount in place to complete your installation. It's always best to test radio and intercom performance in an outdoor open area. As always, Rugged Radios stands by to help with any questions you have. Check out product manuals and instructions online or give us a call for assistance. Get ready to go further. Be sure to check out our other videos for more fun and informational content. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that bell icon to be notified when new content is posted. And lastly, from all of us at Rugged Radios, thanks for watching.